What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, got a little something different for you. Hopefully I'll be getting back to reviewing earbuds and things like that soon, but in the meantime, I have a table light here for review, and before I really get into anything, I do want to say that Govee reached out to me, said, hey, do you want to review our light? I said, heck yeah, send it on over, and here we go. So with all that out of the way, let's actually get into the review. Here's your app interface. There's quite a bit to it. Hopefully you guys can see my screen here. I'll probably put it in this area over here so we can still talk to each other. But what you're looking at here is the Govee Home, I think it is. I think it's the Govee Home app. This one is on Android. I believe they do have one for iOS. If they do, I'll link that in the video description along with the Android version so you could go navigate to where you need to go to find it. So in here, I'm just going to go top to bottom because that's the easiest way to do this. Right up top, you have your lamp, you got what firmware version, and if you're connected or not. If you see all the rest of this here, you're connected to your lamp, and it's on. So we'll go ahead and scroll down. On the top right here in this top area, you can see the power button for your lamp, so that'll turn it on and off, obviously. So we'll go into the effects lab really quick. The effects lab has a whole bunch of different things you can do. Obviously we got our basic colors here, red all the way down to dark purple is what they call it, so we'll switch that now. And then they have a whole bunch of other categories here, ingredients, so you got like cucumber bread. So it takes the colors from each genre of whatever it is and can apply the timer, basically what you think it is. It can wake you up, it can go to sleep, just kind of play around with this. I didn't mess with that too much. I don't really use timers on my lights and things like that, so play with that as you will. Next one down, brightness, pretty self-explanatory. You slide the wheel, let it go, and it will adjust your brightness for you. And then down here is kind of where all the fun happens. You got your modes. Music mode will actually make, and let's brighten that up just a little bit. So right now I have it on calm, and the way that this thing is actually curing the music is back here in the chord that it gave you, and I tried to hide this freaking thing while I was doing this, but in the included chord here, you can actually see this little box, and on this little box here is a little hole that has a microphone in it, and that serves a couple purposes. One, obviously if you're in the music section of this guy, it can hear what's going on there, and two, it could actually sync with your smart assistant, whether it's Amazon's version, I won't say the name, or Google's version. I didn't see any support for Siri, so I don't know if that's coming or if they're just not going to bother, but for right now it's Amazon's and Google's, and you can actually say, and it should hear you and turn on the light, and you should be good to go. So that serves that purpose, and then it obviously serves a purpose for if you have it in this music setting here. You can set it to calm, which is just kind of almost a breathing effect, but then it obviously goes with the sound of whatever it hears. And then dynamic is more of an on-off kind of harsh. I personally like calm. You can actually go down here and either pick auto color, or if you turn that off, you could just have it breathe a specific color. So that's kind of cool. I like auto color just because it's kind of random, obviously. You can set your sensitivity in here, and then you can actually set it to pick up the mic from the device that you're using, whether you're on your phone or a tablet or whatever. And I think the reason for that is this actually plugs in with a USB-C cord. So theoretically, which I should have tested, but I didn't. If you want me to, let me know in the comments. But theoretically, you should be able to use any USB-C cable and hook it up to a battery pack or a wall outlet or whatever, and it should work. The problem with that is if you do use your smart assistants, you're not going to get the capabilities of the built-in mic here on the cord that they give you. So just kind of keep that in mind. Let's kind of move on here. Color is, again, fairly obvious. You pick a static color, it assigns the color. You could go through color wheels. They have 3 different kinds, and then ones with emotions attached to the color. And then just kind of you're moving on. We have scene, and I'll put one of these on. So nightlight obviously dims it all the way down just a little bit, and it's a nice warm light, so that's kind of nice. Candlelight will brighten it up a little bit, and you should, I was just going to say, you should be able to see a little bit of, you know, color change or a little bit, trying to mimic a candlelight. I was super excited to try out fire, which is what I just switched it to, but it's not as fiery as I thought it would be. There's a handful of scenes here. Ocean will probably turn it blue. There's a handful of scenes here that can just, you set it and just kind of just let it be. And I'm kind of obviously going through a handful of them. And then the last one here is DIY. I didn't mess with the DIY yet. The thing to set it up is under my screen recording thing, so I'm not going to mess with it. My time with this lamp, I only really ran into one issue, and for some reason when I went to go sync it back to my LG device, it didn't want to sync, and it just happened the one time. So basically I went into the app, tried to sync it. It didn't want to, and it asked me if I wanted to retry, so I retried, and then it synced right up. So I don't know if it was just a glitch in the matrix or what it was, but just so you guys know, just so you're aware that that did happen. Outside of that, I have had 0 issues. And the cool thing is when I first got it especially, my kids were just enamored with the freaking thing. I mean, they spent a good 20 minutes just playing with the buttons. And I forgot to show you guys right up top here, and I don't want to make too much noise, but right up top here, you can see you have a handful of touch buttons. So this guy will turn it on and off, I believe. Nope. Yeah, there you go. That guy turns it on and off. So we'll turn it back on. This adjusts the brightness, and then this one will cycle through a handful of different scenes, colors, whatever it is. I kind of like that, just if you want to just do like a specific color, it's kind of nice to just have that on there so you don't have to open up the app if you don't want to. And you really don't need the app for this to work. This really just gives you the added benefit of like the music sync or scenes or anything like that. So you don't absolutely need the app for it to work. But if you don't use the app, you're really just regulated to static colors. There's no effects here, there's nothing like that, just static colors. So just be aware of that when you're setting this thing up. Final thoughts, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say here. I mean, if it works, it does what it's supposed to. If it doesn't work, then, you know, the lamp sucks. Well, fortunately for me, everything worked. I only ran into that one small hiccup as far as connecting, and this was after I had connected to another phone. So I connected to a Samsung phone, then went back to the LG, and I don't know if maybe it had to re-sync Bluetooth wise or whatever it does, but just like I said, throwing that out there just so you guys know. If you're looking for a smart table lamp, this is actually, I think, a really, really good way to go, especially if it's something that you want to keep bedside, or just even if you're studying on your computer, just to have a little warm light or something like that, just kind of sitting there chilling so you're not in complete darkness, you know what I mean? But that's all I got. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to throw them in the comments. I do my best to answer everything, so throw it in the comment. I try and get to them as soon as I can. Usually it's within like an hour or so, just depending on what I'm doing. So anyways, if you like this video, share would be fantastic. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps me out tremendously. All right, I'm out of here. I'm rambling. Catch you guys later.